on a paranormal romance binge lately, I have just found some series I really love. 11th Grave in Moonlight, Charlie Davidson, number 11 by Dorinda Jones. I got my hands on this early as an ARC, and to no one's surprise, I loved it. This series is one of my all-time faves. My only regret is that by reading this one early, it's gonna be even longer to the next one. In this book, this book is so crazy jam-packed, I can't even start to summarize. If you've already read some Charlie Davidson, you know very well what kind of hilarious hijinks she can get into. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Go back to book 1. Magic Binds Kate Daniels, number 9 by Ilona Andrews. I am still enjoying the series about a post-apocalyptic Atlanta where magic waves alternate with technology waves. By book 9, Kate's all-powerful father has camped outside of Atlanta in a semi-siege. While Kate juggles a wedding, getting back her resident demigod who is being tortured by said father, all while trying to avoid destroying the entire city. This was not my favorite of the series, but solidly interesting. I found the perfect next addition to my ridiculous titled books project, Husband for Hire. Book 1 in the Bears for Hire series by T.S. Joyce. Get it? Fur spelled like bear fur instead of for, F-O-R? Yeah, anyway, brilliant piece of wordplay there. Elise is desperately trying to keep her Alaskan subsistence farm going, but when her deadbeat boyfriend steals all their food for his brothers and then up and dies, she knows she can't get through another winter without some help on the farm. So she has an idea. Hire a husband. Ian Silver is a shape-shifting grizzly bear who accidentally answers her ad. I mean, come on, this has all the elements I love. That title, that premise, all ridiculous. All it takes is a halfway decent execution of that plot and some lovable characters, and I am sold. And guess what? Ding, ding, ding. Top-notch, ridiculously titled book. Bears for Hire, number 2 by T.S. Joyce. We move on to the second grizzly shifter brother. He's a wilderness guide. She's an outdoor photographer. He's gonna take her to photograph Alaskan brown bears, but can his bear keep her safe from all the other bears? Yeah, it's not as good as book 1, but certainly does not make me want to put down the series either. Mate for Hire, Bears for Hire, number 3 by T.S. Joyce. This is about the last grizzly brother Tobias who goes to deliver a package to the island of misfit shifters. There he meets Vera, who has an unusual proposal for him. Alright, so the mad scientist shifter thing is tray ridiculous, but that's kind of the point of this series, yeah? Plus, Vera is just a fun character. This and the first book are my favorites so far of the series, I think. Wolf for Hire, Bears for Hire, number 4 by T.S. Joyce. Even though it's a wolf, so that doesn't make sense for Bears for Hire, but they ran out of bear brothers. Anyway, I have been looking forward to Doomed Link's story. His family always goes crazy and has to be put down. He's running out of time, and he certainly does not have time for romance. This wasn't half bad. The last bit was a bit maudlin and underwhelming, and certainly not as good as book 3. But what the heck, I am just a fan of the series. Hex Found book 2 in the Dark Arts series by one of my favorite authors, Beck McMaster. I thoroughly enjoyed book 1. In this book 2, we move on to brother number 2, Adrian, a sorcerer, and then Verity, a common thief. Their paths are inextricably combined when she steals the most valuable and dangerous artifact from him, which is a really common plot if you watched my historical romance wrap-up video recently. But this one adds magic. This was a bit slow for me. It took me a month to finish, and romance books do not take me a month to finish. I am still interested enough to read the next book, though. The Professor Woos the Witch, Nocturne Falls, number 4 by Kristen Painter. Straight-laced, non-paranormal believing math professor brings his teenage daughter, thinks she's a witch, to live in Nocturne Falls. If he thinks he's gonna disabuse her of her witchy notion, he'll get no help from Pandora Williams, house witch who specializes in what else? Real estate. I was a wee bit disappointed in the book before this one, so I'm glad this one turned everything back around. Both main characters were likable and interesting. The daughter was a nice touch, touch, and the plot was not dry. The Dangers of Dating a Rebound Vampire Half Moon Hollow number 3 by Molly Harper. Gigi starts her new job as a computer programmer at the vampire headquarters, which can be kinda dangerous place when you're a human. And sure enough, she gets attacked in the parking lot. To her surprise, her attacker is also her secret crush. What could possibly be going on? This is a sterling example of how fun this series is. I just keep enjoying the heck out of these books. The Single Undead Moms Club, Half Moon Hollow number 4 by Molly Harper. Molly Harper managed to find a fresh take on the whole Half Moon Hollow vampire thing, with a dying mother who hires someone to turn her so she can continue raising her son. Complicating matters is her handsome sire and the cute father of her son's new best friend. Kinda good stuff here. Where the Wild Things Bite, Half Moon Hollow number 5 by Molly Harper. And well done, Half Moon Hollow. This book switched things up, with most of the plot happening not in Half Moon Hollow, but lost in the woods outside of Half Moon Hollow. This made for a very engaging plot. I'm having so much fun with this series. What paranormal series have you been unable to put down lately? Tell me so I can add them to my TBR. And if you want to hang out with me even more, I'm starting to experiment with my Facebook page and have been having a lot of fun. So if you want to check it out, I will put the link in the description below.